All right. All right. Yep, yep. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, that's gonna have to do. Let's go. All right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Louis Bland, the host of Financial Freedom Hour, where every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, we help you level up on your money, your mindset, and your mission. All right. Shout out to Business of the Week. Once again, okay, Mom's Off the Couch, the community helping mothers shift from surviving to thriving. If you guys are interested in being Biz of the Week, just go to financialfreedomhour.com, fill out the quick form, and it's free. Just free promo. Okay. Much love to our partners. Restore Funding, that is our business credit partner. Okay. So if you're looking for business credit, Chase, Citibank, Bank of America, you want some business credit to start using those business funds instead of your personal funds, Restore Funding is where you want to go. And Simply Match, all right, Simply Match is a company I partnered up with. They actually match you with a co-signer. So if you can't get approved for an apartment, a house, vehicles now, reach out to Simply Match. That's Simply Match with an I. SIMPLI match.com. All right, simplymatch.com, Simply Match with an I. And lastly, special thanks to our one and only sponsor, Millennial Staffing Services. Okay, scaling your business with high quality virtual assistants. I have a bunch of virtual assistants that work for all my companies, especially King Credit Services. So if you're looking for college educated, really, 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 really good virtual assistants, that's what you want to reach out to. Millennial Staffing Services. Reach out to Joselle and Reggie. Okay, reach out to Joselle and Reggie. Tell them I sent you. All right, we are live on the radio, so I appreciate everyone that listens live. Okay, if you want to call in, it is 1-888-344-1170. Okay, 1-888-344-1170. Okay, all right, so today our main topic is, all right, we got to do some business stuff. We've been doing a lot of personal credit things, a lot of stuff on the personal side, so we had to switch it up this week. 10 things you must unlearn to succeed as an entrepreneur. All right, 10 things you must unlearn. All right, you see a lot of videos of people talking about, the things that you need to do as an entrepreneur, how to start a business, how to do your LLC, all that good stuff. But no one ever talks about, once you become a successful entrepreneur, the things that you had to unlearn, things that you had to let go to actually become successful. Okay, so today's topic, 10 things you must unlearn to succeed as an entrepreneur. And yes, we are live everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. My Twitch is not up for some reason. I'm not sure why that is not up. All right, that's kind of annoying. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, let's jump into it. Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, we'll still do Q&A, of course. Yeah, we're still doing our Q&A, of course. Let me put the thing up. Yeah, if you need to schedule a call, go ahead and shoot me a DM. Yeah, yep. Go ahead and shoot me a DM. Okay. How long should you wait after you send your first round letter? Wait till you get a response. Home Gym over there on TikTok. Wait till you get a response from the credit reporting agencies before you send your next letter. All right. If you need some assistance, shoot me a DM. Okay. Actually, let me put the thing up for you. 1 second. Pin notice. Direct message. There you go. All right, y'all. Let's jump into it, man. 10 things you must unlearn to succeed as an entrepreneur. With a couple real world examples. All right. Number one. I need permission to start. All right. I need permission to start. Okay. This is where a lot of people's insecurities come out to show. Okay. Because the reason that a lot of people don't start things because they're insecure about something. They're afraid about what people are going to say. You don't want to seem corny. You don't want to seem like that guy that's just trying a whole bunch of different things. But you got to shoot your shots. Okay, you got to shoot your shots. It's all about reps. All right. So number one, I need permission to start. You got to unlearn that, man. That I'm not even sure where that actually came from. Okay, I'm not even sure where that actually came from. All right. So a couple of real world examples, man. Someone wants to start a cleaning business, but waits until they get a mentor or take 3 courses. All right. A real entrepreneur creates a flyer, prints 50 copies, and starts cleaning friends' houses for testimonials immediately. This is kind of what I did to start my credit repair company. Okay, this is kind of what I did to start my credit repair company. I literally got on YouTube University, start learning, and I just started fixing people's credit. Okay, I started fixing people's credit. I started with mine, of course, but then I started fixing other people's credit. That's how you have to start, right? You can't wait for someone to say you should do this or you should do that. It's not. You're never going to start. Okay, you're never going to start if you wait that long. All right, so execution over approval. All right, start with what you have. You want to start a little podcast, you want to, whatever business you want to start with, you get your iPhone out and start recording. Okay, get to work. Okay, you don't need the lights, you don't need all that stuff, man. Get your little iPhone out and get to work. Okay, all right, that was a good one. That was a good one. Let's go on to number 2. Failure is bad. All right, failure is bad. Things that you have to unlearn. So once you become an entrepreneur, business owner, you will realize that failure is actually good. All right. Failure is actually good because if you don't fail, all right, you're not going to really learn what not to do. Okay. You're not going to learn what not to do. Failure is bad. Getting your reps in. Okay. I'm going to trust a business owner, entrepreneur that has, started 50 companies, failed, 40 times, but have, the other 10 are successful. That's a business owner I'm going to trust. I don't want to sign up with someone. This is their first venture. They've never heard no before. They don't really know what they're doing. I don't want to start with that company. All right. I want the one that has proven results, that's has some ups and downs, that's failed a couple times, right? A couple businesses have failed. Okay, that's the guy I want to start with. All right, that's the person I want to start with. He's That's what I'm saying. In life, exactly. And you'll start to notice that a lot of this stuff is life lessons. You know why? I remember I was younger. I stuck a fork into the outlet. I haven't done it since. I haven't done it since. You have to learn. You literally have to learn. So, failure is bad. We have to unlearn that. All right. Quick, real world lesson. You launch a clothing line and no one buys. All right. Most people will quit. Okay. Actually, 99.99% of people will quit. All right. A boss takes feedback, tweaks the design, relaunches with better branding, and then wins. I remember my dad told me that you need 100 no's. Okay, my dad was a really, really, really successful entrepreneur. He told me that you need 100 no's, and I was always like, 100 no's? That doesn't really make sense. Why you want to keep getting denied? He's like, no, you're not getting denied, man. All right. Each time you tweak your approach, all right, you tweak your sales script, okay, and you're kind of you're building your resilience, okay, you're building your resilience. All right, so that's why when you're doing sales calls, and anybody that's in sales, they know this, right? They know this, that it's impossible. No one in the history of Earth went has batted 1,000. All right, has went 10 million for 10 million. It's impossible. Okay, everyone's going to fail. It's just how you depend. It's how you react. Okay, and how you respond to that. All right, failure is actually data. Okay, failure is actually data. All right, you can take that data, recalibrate, and then move on. Okay, every flop is a feedback. All right, there is no, there's no L's. What do you say? There's no L's, only lessons. I like that. All right, time equals money. This is a very, very difficult one to unlearn. All right, time equals money because when you first get started with whatever venture you're doing, whatever company you're trying to start, right? In the beginning, you're just grinding, right? You're grinding. You're putting in 18, 19, 20 hours, 20 hours a day, right? Trying to get that thing going, and you're putting in a whole bunch of work. But in the beginning, okay, in the beginning, you have to work so hard until you get good at that thing, and then you can start hiring employees, hire virtual assistants, getting your process in order, your standard operating procedures, aka your SOPs, getting all that stuff in order. You're learning that stuff along the way. All right. So time does not equal money. All right. Time equals money. That's not true. All right. Because you eventually you're going to use your money to make you more money. All right. You're going to use your money to start making you more money. Your money's going to help you expand, going to help you grow. Right. You start taking that revenue, you put that stuff in the ads. Now, instead of one video, okay, those ads can push. You can make 10 videos and push all those videos out to multiple people, thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. So time equals money. We have to unlearn this stuff. All right, real world. Okay, a hairstylist only makes money when doing hair. All right. Once she launches digital hair care courses and products, now she makes money even when she's sleeping. Okay, so if her products are making money while she's asleep, right? Time equals money, then that already disqualifies that whole statement, correct? So, TikTok, yeah. You guys can ask your questions too. Yeah, I'm live in the studio on Saturdays, you guys. Live in the studio on Saturdays. Yeah, we are live on the radio. Yes, we are live on the radio here at The Answer. Everybody listening live, appreciate you. Okay, I really, really do appreciate you listening live. Number 4. So we'll do number 4, then we'll go into a quick break and into some Q&A. All right, number 4. All right, I have to do everything myself. I have to do everything myself. This is one that most entrepreneurs never fully figure out. All right, this is one that most entrepreneurs never fully figure out. Okay, because you can do that task the best, right? You're only one person. Okay, you're only one person. I've taken so many different mentorships, but I'm not even sure which one I got this nugget from. But one of these mentorships, pretty much said that you want to hire, once you start hiring, okay, you're going to hire talent as long as they can do 80% of what you can do. Okay, 80% of what you can do. That's all you can ask for, and then you move on to the next thing. Okay, you move on to the next thing. So number 4 was I have to do everything myself. We have to get out of that. All right, this is probably one of the toughest ones to evolve from, to grow from, because of course you can do everything better than for your company. Of course you can, sell the best. You can, let's talk about credit repair, right? Of course you can do the best disputes. Okay, of course you can do all the sales calls. Of course you can do all the consultations. You can do all that stuff, but eventually you're just one person. Okay, so this is one of the dilemmas that I eventually came that I eventually came to, right? Let's say you're one person. Let's say you're making 10K a month in your business, right? But you're working 18, 19 hours a day. All right, 18, 19 hours a day. Now, someone would say, "Oh, that's really good. $10,000 a month. Yeah, that's really good." But you're not sleeping. You're stressed out. Gray hair's coming in. Hair falling out. Your health is in shambles. Ain't worked out in years. Okay, so all your time is for that business. All right. So let's just say, let's say you're making 10K a month. All right. Then let's say you hire one virtual assistant. Okay, one virtual assistant. The pay for these can range from $4 an hour all the way up to, they can go high, right? 20, 30, 40 bucks an hour. Okay. Let's say you hire a virtual assistant for $5 an hour. All right. They speak perfect English. They can do any task that you want them to. All right. So let's say you hire one for customer service. Now, 6 hours that you are answering, questions and taking calls and shooting DMs and doing all that stuff. Now you just offloaded 6 hours, okay? 6 hours to someone that's going to eventually be able to do whatever you need, okay? Especially in customer service. Now, when we're talking about virtual assistants and delegating and automations and AI, one thing that that you're going to see the value the quickest is customer service or an assistant, right? A personal assistant, because most of that stuff is done on the computer, right, or over the phone. You don't have to be in person to do that type of stuff. So the customer service stuff, they're going to respond 5 times, 10 times quicker than you would, right? Because if you're answering a question, then you get a call. Now you're trying to delegate. You're doing all this extra stuff. Okay, your virtual assistant is going to answer that question right immediately. All right. Then guess what? Customer satisfaction goes up. Oh wow, I sent the text and I got a response in 7 seconds. Okay, it all plays in. It all gets included. So number 4, I have to do everything myself. We have to get out of that thinking. All right, we have to get out of that thinking. And this is a big one because it usually, this is where a lot of entrepreneurs they hit their ceiling. They stop going because one person, we can only do so much, right? We can only do so much. There's only 24 hours in a day. All right, there's only 24 hours in a day. So a lot of companies, a lot of business owners, they get stressed out. They overdo it and they end up selling the business or just quitting because they get overwhelmed. All right, they get overwhelmed. So real world example, credit repair specialist spends hours disputing, right, doing client calls, marketing, and admin. Once she hires a virtual assistant and signs up for automation tools, her income triples. Right, this literally happened to me. All right, literally happened to me. So it works. All right, go ask any successful business owner. Okay, you have to hire employees. If majority of your business is services based and it's on the computer, you guys, there's no reason you shouldn't have a virtual assistant or two. Like this should be business 101 by now. All right, the big companies have been doing this for years, right? You think when you call Chase that it's someone in the States that answers those phones for those little customer service questions? I need to update my password. I need to blah blah blah. They're not going to use someone from the U.S. They're not going to use a branch manager to answer those type of questions. Okay, there's levels to this. All right, delegate to elevate. All right, delegate to elevate. All right, so we do got a quick little commercial. We'll be right back.
King Credit Services.
Big shout out to King Credit.
King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
Shout out to King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
Big shout out to King Credit.
King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
Shout out to King Credit Services.
King Credit Services.
This is not the moment.
Here at King Credit Services, we believe in changing lives, just like the clients you've seen. With over 150 five-star reviews, we've helped countless people take control of their financial future. Our expert team works to remove inaccurate, outdated, and unverifiable items from your credit report, boosting your score the right way. You'll get a personalized strategy, real results, and a clear path to better credit. Don't let bad credit hold you back. Take the first step today. Schedule your free consultation now.
All right, we are back. We are back from a quick commercial break. For everybody that's tuning in live, welcome, welcome. I'm Louis, the host of Financial Freedom Hour, every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. here at The Answer. But I'm also the owner of King Credit Services, the #1 rated credit repair company in San Diego. We are top rated in the U.S. Okay, we're also one of the only companies that can do business in the U.S. and also in Canada. All right, we got a Spanish division. Okay, we don't just send like dispute letters and stuff like that. We do send dispute letters, but we also find violations and sue on your behalf. So when we get those items removed, that debt removed from your credit report, you can't get sued later on, right? They're not going to come back and try to get you because that debt is waived. That debt is gone. That account is gone. All right, no credit sweeps, none of this fraudulent activity a lot of people are doing nowadays. All right, watch out for that type of stuff. So if you need you're struggling with your credit, go ahead and shoot me a text or a DM wherever you're watching at. You can text me at 844-689-0199. All right, 844-689-0199. He said, "Can I call in?" Yeah, you can call in. The calling number is 1-888-344-1170. Let's go. 1-888-344-1170. All right, one more time. 1-888-344-1170. All right, man, we're on the roll. We're on the roll, man. We're cooking. All right, we are cooking. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Are you live on LinkedIn? Yes, I'm live on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok over here. I see my TikTok folks a little upset because I'm not talking about all credit right now, but you guys should know by now. All right, on Saturdays, I'm live on the radio here at the Answer, 1 to 2 p.m. All right, let's jump back into it. Quick little recap. Quick recap. All right, we're going over 10 things you must unlearn to succeed as an entrepreneur. All right, number 1, I need permission to start. You don't need permission to start. Okay, whatever tools you have, whatever camera you have, Samsung, iPhone 3, I don't care. Put it up and let's go. All right, failure is bad. Okay, it's actually the opposite. Failure is great. Failure is good. All right, time equals money. Time does not equal money. All right, time does not equal money. Okay, I have to do everything myself. You should not be doing everything yourself. All right, eventually you're going to have to hire employees, scale, delegate, standard operating procedures, all this good stuff. You have to learn these things. Okay, all right, we left off at number 4, so now we're on number 5. Oh, they're not going to like this one. All right, they're not going to like this one right here. Okay, the customer is always right. The customer is always right. You are not right. The customer is not always right. All right, I don't even know where this came from. Okay, the customer is always right. Like who made this? Who made this? The customer is always right. Okay, that might be the most egregious statement, okay, out of all these, because you know for a fact that customers are wrong all the time. All right, customers are wrong all the time. We have clients, potential clients that will literally lie to my face, okay, when they're doing their consultation. All right, they want to sign up. Hey, Lou, I want some credit repair. We break down everything, and they're like, oh yeah, I only got a couple of inquiries and maybe a collection. It's like, okay, well, let me see that credit report. We pull up the report. You got 3 bankruptcies, a eviction, and 1,000 late payments. All right, so obviously the customer is not always right. Okay, I'm not even sure where that came from, but yeah, but the way you handle it, okay, the way you handle it, that's what matters. Okay, so for me personally, all right, one of the first virtual assistants, like I said, first virtual assistant I hired, well, second one, was customer service, right? Pretty much an assistant for King Credit Services. I hired it because by the time I started hiring virtual assistants, I was already 3 years in. So I was doing all the calls, everything we've talked about so far, all the calls, all the marketing, all the ads, all the consultations, all that stuff. Okay, I was doing it myself. So after 3 years of this, all right, it's a little tiring. All right, it's a little tiring. So my second one that I hired was a customer service virtual assistant, and it literally changed our business like literally overnight. Okay, because Anna, shout out to Anna. She's been with me a couple years now. She's pretty much the operations now, but she's head of my customer service, and just the way that she answers questions, compared to how I answer it, it's kind of night and day. All right, it's kind of a night and day. So yeah, so the customer is always right. That's not true. All right, so real world, a client demands a refund after not following instructions. Instead of bending, the business owner clarifies boundaries and builds a better onboarding system. I've literally had to do that. Dunazy said, we love Anna. Let's go. Yes, my clients do love Anna. I might be going on a stretch by saying this, but I think my clients like Anna more than me. All right, because when Anna calls, it's nice and gentle. She makes you feel at home, makes you feel safe. All right, if I'm on your calendar, that means we either graduating from the program, or you in trouble. All right, so when people see me, they see my number calling them, okay, my extension, they know it's game time. All right, they know it's game time. I'm not there to uh, 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 I'm not there to you know lie to you. Okay, I'm not going to. I'm gonna sugarcoat it a little bit, but not too much. Okay, because the clients that we deal with, a lot of them have had a hard time. All right, they've lost their job during COVID. They got late payments from their student loans, whatever the situation is. Okay, I've heard literally every situation in the book, every excuse in the book. I've literally heard every single one. Okay, so I already know before once they tell me a little couple sentences, I already know their goals, what they want to accomplish, what they're trying to do. Okay, so my approach, right, it's not to sugarcoat it. Me is to get you to that destination, all right, and change your habits, educate you along the way. And for most people, they need a stern hand, okay, proper instructions, and proof that it works. Okay, and that's what we provide. But the approach can be a little bit different. All right, I will say that. I will say that. All right, customers always right? No. All right, you're not. What's up? Okay. See, there's always context. Always context. Okay. See, so okay, see, I knew it had to be something, man. See, so the first one had some context. The second one was, I'm not really sure. The third one, he was trying to, sounds like he was trying to do something else with the ladies. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, he was. We got to add one. How do I do this? I want to add one. The customer is not always right. Lewis Bland. Let's add that in there. Put that in there, right? Let's go. I want not in the quote in parentheses too. Let's go. All right, let's jump into it. Number 6. Okay, number 6. I need to know everything before I start. This is another one that usually means that you're a little insecure about something, right? You're afraid of what people are going to say. That's what this usually stems from. Okay, and everyone has that. Not one person on earth gives zero, zero insert words of what people think about them. All right, we are human beings. We all live in this society, especially if you're in America. We've been trained from really, really young. These television programs and stuff like that. So everyone cares to a certain extent. Okay, everybody cares about someone's opinion, even if it's your parents, grandparents, family, best friend, cousin, brother, whoever it is. Everyone cares. Okay, to a certain extent. Now, when you put a couple of these together, okay, like the failure is bad, right? Getting your reps in, you build like a coat, okay, that you can use. So stuff starts to not affect you as much, right? The no's start to not affect you as much. You start not to care, right, about what people think. Okay, especially if you start becoming successful. Once that money starts pouring in, that revenue starts going, you're hiring people, you're marketing, your face is everywhere, all that good stuff. You really start not to care. Okay, but just getting over that initial hump, hey man, we all have to do it. All right, you got to charge through. Okay, so I need to know everything before I start. This is another one that, unfortunately stops a lot of, potential business owners from pretty much doing what they were probably, put on this earth to do. Okay, put on this earth to do. So I need to know everything before I start. You do not need to know everything before you start. You're going to learn so much, okay, during the process of failing. You're going to learn so much. I literally learn something every single day. Literally every single day. I learn something new in this in business every single day. Okay. Real world example. Okay. A guy delays launching a podcast for 2 years because he doesn't know audio engineering. All right. We all know somebody like this. Another guy starts recording with his phone and learns as he goes. Guess who has 100 episodes and thousands of followers? Right? The second guy. Okay. People do not care as much as you think they do. All right. People do not care as much as you think they do. All right. And people want something to cheer for. Okay. They want something to cheer for. So you starting it, you showing your journey behind the scenes, growing, 5 years later, they like to see that type of stuff. Okay. So number 6, I need to know everything before I start. That is completely false. All right. Action creates clarity. Okay. Action creates clarity. All right. All right. We'll be right back. What is this? A quick 45-second commercial. Who is this one from? This is from our partners, Kovo. All right. Kovo is a credit builder that you can add with no hard inquiry. Help you build up that profile. Okay. So here's a quick commercial from Kovo.
Imagine a world where building your credit is simple and rewarding. Welcome to Kovo, your partner in financial success. At Kovo, we believe in making your dreams come true. From your first card to your first home and beyond. With no credit check and instant approval, you can start building credit immediately. Enjoy 0% APR and earn 1% on loans. Kovo ensures you get more out of every dollar. Achieve milestones like owning a home faster and smarter with Kovo by your side. Build credit and earn rewards for every step of your journey. Kovo for your card, for your house, for your future.
All right, we are back. All right, we are back. Let's do a quick recap. All right, for my people just tuning in, listening live on the radio, again, I am Lewis, the host of Financial Freedom Hour here at The Answer every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. All right, let's do a quick recap. Okay, so today's topic is 10 things you must unlearn to succeed as an entrepreneur. Quick little recap. Number 1, I need permission to start. You literally don't need anybody's permission to start. Just do it. What Nike say? Just do it. Let's go. Number 2, failure is bad. Failure is good. Okay, failure is good. You got to get your shots up. Got to get your reps in. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. And he was older too. He was like in the 60s, 70s. He was older, not old. I don't think that's old, but older. What? Oh my, 30? Oh my goodness. That's young, man. That's young. That's so young. Yes. Yes. Put that on your resume. If you need some encouragement with the age stuff, listen to Gary Vee. Gary Vee, I wake up to Gary Vee, he gets you right. Right? He's like 50-year-olds young, 60-year-olds young, 70-year-olds. I'm like, yeah, let's go. But that is true because, the time flies, but you're like mentally you're growing and like you don't feel old. Like it's such a weird concept, man. Your parents and stuff used to tell you, they tell you, this age isn't old, this age isn't old. But when you're in your teens, in your 20s, early 30s, you're like, oh my God, 70 is so old. It's like, no, man. There's a lot of people who start in their 70s and get it going. So, woo, 62. Let's go. It's literally never too late, and especially with the with the advances and stuff that we got going now, man, the peptides and the stem cells and the cryotherapy and all kind of stuff. We don't know what Elon's going to have cooked up here in 5 years, 10 years or so. Oh man, it's gonna get real spooky. All right. But all right. So quick recap. I need permission to start. You do not need permission to start. Just go. All right. You're gonna learn on the way. Failure is bad. Failure is good. Okay. Failure is good. Time equals money. That's not true either. All right. You have to learn how to generate money, right, while you're not actually working. And an easy one is the digital products. I've been doing digital products for a long, long time. And let's say you sell one. Let's say you got a $10 ebook. I don't even know, $10 ebook. Okay. Let's say you sell one a day, one every business day. That's $50 a week times 4. That's $200 a week without you doing anything. You create it one time, and you can sell it. So we might have to do something like that maybe next week. Teach you guys how to create digital products and sell them and make money in your sleep. Okay, so I have to do everything myself. This is probably the most difficult one for business owners, entrepreneurs, people that like getting their hands dirty and doing everything. This is super tough, but you can't do everything by yourself. Okay, you're only going to get to a certain level, income level, by doing everything yourself. Okay. Number 5, the customer is always right. The customer is not always right. All right. Number 6, I need to know everything before I start. That's another one, man. It's impossible to know everything before you start. You can only read so much. Okay, you can only read so much. All right, you have to start doing stuff yourself. So, number 7. All right. Oh wait, this is number 7. All right, so we were on number 7. All right, we're all caught up. We're all caught up. Okay, where we at? I need to wait till I'm ready. Okay, I need to wait until you're ready. You're never gonna feel like you're ready. It's never gonna click and be like, okay, this is 100% perfect. I'm ready to go. It doesn't happen. Okay, it never happens. So any idea that you have, especially with AI and stuff now, you guys know I'm a huge advocate for AI. You can put these ideas together. You can get the sales script. You can get the business name. You can everything. You can get that stuff done in an hour and be ready to launch, ready to go. All right. So I need to wait until I'm ready. That's just not true. Okay. Real world example: a woman sits on a business idea for years, waiting for the right time. Then someone else launches the same idea and it goes viral. I don't think people realize how often this happens. Okay, how often this happens. I personally think that once you have an idea in your head and you say it out loud, I'm not sure what happens after that or how it goes, but someone almost always, someone that you don't know, that you're not attached to, no, like they end up starting that business. You'll see the ad on Facebook, like, wait, I had that idea 2 years ago. What happened? This happens on a daily. All right. So when you have an idea, get to it. Okay. If it fails, it fails. It is what it is. That's all right. Okay. I need to wait till I'm ready. So shift, you're ready when you decide to be. Start sloppy, refine later. One of my previous mentors, what was his saying? Done is better or something. I'm gonna have to find it and post it. But he had a saying that I was just like, wow, that was it was really good. He's pretty much just saying just start and you'll learn along the way. But he put it together real nice, right? I'm kind of butchering his phrase right now, but it's all good. All right, number 8. Number 8. I can't charge more than my competitors. Man, I wish someone would have told me this. All right, I can't charge more than my competitors. All right, there's only a couple businesses that have taken the charge less model and been successful. Probably like what? Walmart, Amazon, yeah, Target. Okay, yeah. But it's like I can't charge more than my competitors. You 100% can charge more than your competitors. For some reason, I said I learned something new every single day. I literally came to this conclusion last year, right? We switched up our processes, our business model, the way we dispute and sue and everything like that. I will pivot in a quick second. I will pivot quick, okay? So when I first got started, we were charging $50 a month. $50. Oh my goodness, $50 a month, y'all. $50 a month to fix someone's whole financial future. Okay. And people were still hesitant. All right. You bump up to 75, people are hesitant. Bump up to 100, they're hesitant. 200, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 5,000. Some people are going to be hesitant all along the way, but I can tell you this. All right. The more higher your prices, the more premium, someone's like your what's the word I'm looking for? That is true. That's true. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. 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 Yep. Premium. That's the word I was actually looking for. Right. That's literally what I was looking for. So um the people that like to pay premium prices, they are the best customers. Okay, the best customers. We have different levels of products, but our highest high ticket, our $5,000 package. The people that sign up for that, they don't even want to get on the phone. They just say, "Oh, I've seen you. Let's get this going. Here's the wire." I'm like, "What? Oh, wow." But let a 149 a month client, if they don't get their update, on that exact 35th day, man, it's chaos. They're ready to quit, do a charge back, call your names, leave a 1-star review. It's all, yeah, it gets kind of bad. So I can't charge more than my competitors. That's just not true. Looking back now, I think I would have started premium. I then eventually created, a lower ticket program or plan for those clients that can't afford that. But now with buy now, pay later options, afterpay, Klarna, all that good stuff, they can break those into payments now. Okay, so yeah, I can't charge more than my competitors. You should charge more than your competitors, honestly. Okay. Real world example: a graphic designer charges $100 while others charge 500. She upgrades her brand, shows social proof, and raises her rates. Then attracts better clients. So happens all day, every day. Okay, but I just wish people realize this earlier in their entrepreneurial career. Okay, you think that charging less is going to get you more clients, but that's not always the case. All right, so we have to shift to people don't pay for cheap, they pay for value and confidence. And this is a little side note with number 8. I can't charge more than my competitors. A lot of the times, I went through this too. Okay, a lot of the times we want to charge a lower ticket because you might not fully believe in your product, right? You might not fully believe in your product. Okay, you're good, you get results, you can do what you say you can do, but you don't fully believe it, right? So that can be you might need to get that mind shift also. So yeah, people don't pay for cheap, they pay for value and confidence. All right, let's go. Two more. Okay, two more. Work-life balance means working less. That's not true. Okay. For most entrepreneurs, they know that work-life balance doesn't even exist. All right, work-life balance does not exist. You need to do whatever you need to do to get that business up and going, get the processes right, get the automations going, those standard operating procedures, aka SOPs. You need to get that stuff going and cooking, and then eventually you'll be able to relax, back off as the business starts running itself. Okay, so you guys notice that all these kind of tie into each other, right? Kind of tie into each other because work-life balance means work. Yeah, work-life balance means work less, right? Which is not true. But when you start hiring and delegating and stuff like that, then you can start taking it back, taking a step back. Okay, so real world example: startup founder works hard for 2 years to build systems, then takes Fridays off. Another avoids the grind, stays broke, and never scales. Okay, so that working working all day, every day, 19, 20 hours a day, you can only do that for so long. And if you're, 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, we gotta, not we, I'm not 60, but we gotta work smarter, okay? Work smarter, not harder. All right, work smarter, not harder. All right, let me see. So we got to shift from work. Wait, work now. Oh yeah, work now for the freedom later. Okay, work now for the freedom later. And number 10. Number 10, marketing is manipulative. All right, that's false. Okay, I really, really, really dislike when people say stuff like that, because without marketing, how are people supposed to buy your product? How are people going to know who you are? All right, we have to market. We're always marketing. Okay, everyone's always marketing at all times. All right, you think people post pics on IG for them? No, they're marketing. They're showing off, right? All that social media stuff. But on the business side, man, we have to market, right? If you don't market, you're not going to get any clients. Like, come on, man. That should be that's business 101. All right, so quick real world example. A wellness coach avoids selling on IG because he doesn't want to be pushy. Meanwhile, someone less qualified is selling detox kits daily and getting paid. All right. Actually, this part right here, this real world example actually hit home because the pushy part, okay, the pushy part, I had a tough time getting over that too, especially with the consultation and the sales and the call to actions and, telling people what you want them to do. All right, click the link below, blah, 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 right? It might seem a little off, it might seem a little corny, but those people who just got the confidence and don't care what other people are thinking, those people are making the big bucks. All right, those people are making the big bucks. So it's not pushy, it's not corny, okay? It's business. You have to market, you have to sell. All right, you have to market, you have to sell. Octavia over here on TikTok, happy Saturday, where you at? I'm in the studio, live on the radio every Saturday here at the Answer in San Diego, 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, Financial Freedom Hour. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm, yep, exactly. Yep. Tell that little call to action at the end, it does wonders. Okay, it literally does wonders. Um, Let me see. Oh, mind shift. All right, so marketing is storytelling. All right, if you solve real problems, it's a service. So this can help a business owner right here, right? If you're still, you feel a little self-conscious about something or whatever it is, marketing can be just your success stories. You don't have to be in a video. Post your results, post your reviews, post your testimonials. That's marketing too, right? You don't have to be in every single video and all that stuff. So yeah. All right, man. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh man. Oh man. Well, that's good for me. Let's go. We've been doing that for years. All right. Maybe my 300, 400 view videos and pop up to 400,000. We know. Let's go. But all right, man. This was a great show. Closing. You can follow me at King Credit Services on all social platforms. You can go to Financial Freedom Hour for everything else about the show, the replays. If you want to become a sponsor, if you want to come on the show, you're here in San Diego. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email. All right, contact at kingcreditservices.com. Also, if you want to sponsor the show, shoot me an email, contact at kingcreditservices.com. And if you're struggling with credit, personal credit, business credit, anything financial, man, reach out to us, kingcreditservices.com. You can also give us a call, 844-689-0199. This was another great show. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see y'all next week. Peace. Mm-mm. Yes, sir.